Is he going to make it?
I've treated worse injuries, even on monolithians. Especially on monolithians.
He spilled a lot of blood to get here. His own, and other people's.
And so did you, I imagine. I'm aware of what he's done, but he's injured and needs help. That's all that matters to me.
So, it was him who killed the mercenaries and hunters.
But they were bait. A way to catch my attention.
But you hadn't helped them.
How many lives can a dead doctor save? Sometimes you need to make small sacrifices so you can save more lives later.
So, this is what the real doctor looks like.
Do you know him? This monolithian?
Strider. His name's Strider.
That's a good name. An honest name. You were looking for the doctor. Well, you found him. Now what do you want from me?
I'm looking for any information about Stalker. I know you two have some history.
I doubt Strelok's figured out how to bring the dead back to life. So it's up to us to help Strider. Everything else can wait.
You think there's still a chance to help him?
In a way, Strider's fortunate to be a monolithian. There's something that can help men like him, but not us. I've marked a former monolithian hospital on your PDA. If they've tapped into the old stashes, you might find a regenerator there. Along with the monolithians themselves, of course. I'd ask you to spare the wounded and keep them alive. But it's your call, Stalker.
I've heard that you treat both humans and mutants. Why?
Because none of them are responsible for what's going on here. Not the Stalkers, not the mutants, not even the monolithians. And also because everyone has to pay their dues someday.
A regenerator? What's that?
A creation of sea consciousness. It helps the monolithians to heal even the most grievous injuries and get radiation out of their bodies faster. Unfortunately, it only works on those who lack resistance to external control after being completely stripped of sea immunity. Trading one's freedom for the chance to wander through the CNPP during an emission is a devil's bargain. But no one asked their opinion on the matter.
Why are you so concerned about his life?
Because it's the only thing we truly possess. No matter how bad we believe it to be. Now go. Don't waste any more time. How long did you know each other?
Not long. I met him on Wild Island, back when he was still human.
He was someone who had everything taken away from him. His past, his ability to fight back, even his name. We go to great lengths to cover up our mistakes.
What do you mean, Doctor?
After years of work, a group of scientists managed to tap into the noosphere, the Earth's informational field, an achievement comparable at best to the conquest of space. It was a turning point not just for science, but for the fates of the human race. However, as with all people, each of my colleagues was truly interested in only one person: himself. They began to dream of worldwide fame, of laurels crowning their bald, shiny heads. Naturally, the truth couldn't come out about secret laboratories, brutal experiments, and other such dubious undertakings. It was out of the question. And so, they all got carried away with their dream of a perfect world. You know how the saying goes, great minds think alike, though fools seldom differ. And lo and behold, what do we have decades later? The Zone, in our image, after our likeness.
You were there, right? For the Sea Consciousness Project?
I was once as deluded as they were, but my doubts soon outweighed their confidence. And so when the experiment took place, one of the pods was left empty. The eighth one, or rather, the first, Dr. Kaimanov's pod. My pod. And so you've solved yet another mystery of the Zone, Stalker. Perhaps the most unsettling one. Dr. Kaimanov. Pleased to meet you.
Thanks for your help. Whatever happened to life is the only thing we truly possess.
Frankly, choosing between the two of you wasn't easy. Wasn't my first time, but it only gets harder over the years. But if you don't make the choice, someone else will make it for you. And it usually ends up being worse. I'm not fond of thinking for others or giving advice, but I get the feeling Strider would approve of the choice I made, however strange it might sound.
There was an eighth pod.
The human brain is too frail to handle a direct connection to the noosphere on its own. In order for it to work, we required 8 participants in pods filled with a specific solution. I was supposed to be in one of those pods, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Valentine reproached me for my lack of courage. But given how things turned out, I was actually too daring. In the end, what we got wasn't control over the noosphere, but rather the Zone itself. The lesser of two evils, if you ask me.
The scientists you mentioned see consciousness. They're still alive.
No, that can't be. Strelok dealt with them back in 2012.
I spoke to the representative through the visiograph in Malachite. They still exist in some kind of form he called subtle matter.
Subtle matter? But that's impossible! That means it's still going on.
So, you were the one who created the zone?
Me? No, certainly not. The zone created itself. I merely facilitated its emergence. Although my colleagues and I had different expectations for the outcome of our experiment. You see these blind dogs? I've been trying to tame them for years, but they were born in a lab where they've known nothing but pain and fear. But Tiger here found me on his own. He just came out of the woods one day and tried to steal a sausage. He was born free and had the freedom to make his own choices, you see. The zone is our collective offspring. But all we've imparted to it is suffering and sorrow. It doesn't know any other way. Maybe we're the same.
Why did you refuse to get in the pod?
Because I've always held on to my belief in humanity. My colleagues, on the other hand, advocated for fixing it through the noosphere, purging it of darkness. How could I consent to such a notion? How could I permit them to rob all of humanity, not just of its ability to act freely, but even to think independently? Everything dark and light about us is a result of our own choices. The zone was born in a place of tragedy and horrific experiments, but I believe in a different zone. A zone open to everyone.
A zone open to everyone? That sounds kind of dangerous.
That's because it's the only way you see it. Frightened and caged, born amid evil and violence. What else could the zone have evolved into? In a place where both humans and nature are nothing more than test subjects. If it had been born into freedom, like Tiger, it might have evolved differently, into a zone of creation, rather than destruction. And then, we might have become different too. We always had the ability to overcome the circumstances. Access to the noosphere would have made us better, even if it meant a rough start. Understanding and forgiving each other is a difficult endeavor.
What do you know about subtle matter?
It was a theory developed by Valentine Darlin, the leader of sea consciousness. Apparently, he's now become the image of the representative. Back in the day, he ridiculed my calculations regarding the existence of the noosphere, while I firmly believed that subtle matter was unscientific. In the end, I turned out to be right. But if he was also close to the truth, that changes everything. According to his theory, subtle matter can preserve a reflection of a person's mind, their personality. If you're implying the representative is real, that means they actually succeeded.
Before me, Strelok was the only one who'd spoken to the representative. That was back in 2012, before C consciousness died. Strelok managed to reach the center of the zone and return unscathed.
Then Strelok probably knows more about subtle matter than I do, along with the C technologies that C consciousness has mastered during their 6 years of frenetic activity. Chances are he's still researching it to this day.
That's why I'm looking for Strelok. Word is he's back in the zone.
I haven't seen him in quite some time. Maybe that's for the best. Our perspectives on the zone have probably developed quite differently over the years. If your information is correct, I doubt he's ventured too far from the Cordon. Men like him tend to develop a deep attachment to a place they regard as their own and refuse to let go.
I want to find out if subtle matter is real. Things like this shouldn't be left to blind faith.
The scientific method isn't just about the experiment. It's about being able to replicate it. And I happen to know how to test a few of my hunches. If only Valentine could see me now. Well, perhaps he can. We tried to connect to the noosphere as an experiment in the Orbita underground lab. Back then, I saw nothing like the afterlife. But now, with the zone, I think the truth is worth taking a risk. But first, you need to get the cartridge from the signature station in a different lab, X3, near the Cordon. It's been 20 years, so the entrances I knew of are long destroyed, but stalkers always find a way. Talk to Sidorovich, he's in charge of the Cordon, and could have heard some stories about X3. I'll send you the code to the cartridge slot. Take it and head to Orbita. Good luck. Good day, Stalker. People who I find and treat often condemn their destiny and the zone. Action always causes a proportionate reaction. As if stalkers themselves are to blame for the zone's cruelty. Take care.
Buddy, get up to the attic. It's right over here, up this ladder.
Well, just like old times. The zone's freaking out. The Monolithians shoot whatever they see, and stalkers are jumping at their own shadows. But none of it affects business. It just keeps getting better and better. So it's like this. Any kind of psi protection sells like hotcakes. Artifacts, meds, you name it. And I'm always ready to help. I've got a huge selection.
I need to get to X3. Do you know where it is?
I am busting my ass, trying to find it. And you waltz in here expecting me to serve it to you on a silver platter? How the hell did you get word of it?
It doesn't matter. You've got your sources, and I've got mine.
I know all about your sources. Stalker, have fun. You think you're the first guy at the Cordoon to yap about this stuff? Alright, let's cut to the chase. I don't give a damn why the hell you want X3. But since we're both in the know now, how about a little swap? I'll tell you what I know, and you do me a favor. Deal?
You got any gossip about X3? I'm all ears.
Let's put it this way. If these stories pan out, it's a win for both of us. The Cordon and me. That's all you need to know for now.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to retrieve a package for me. Some thugs off to the courier who was supposed to bring it to me. My men found him dead, and the package was missing. I really don't like folks sticking their ugly noses in my business. Do you catch my drift?
Who are these thugs? How many and what guns are they carrying?
Some douchebags from garbage, I guess. Looks like they figured they could wait out Monolith at my Cordo. But they forgot one thing. In the zone, you can get killed anywhere, especially if you rain on your host's parade.
Is there something of value in that package?
I'm not interested in cheap junk. Return the package and I'll make sure it's worth your while.
Okay, I'll get your delivery back. Where did your people find the courier again?
Not far from here, near the old vehicle station. Just make sure the package gets here in one piece. As for the bandits, do whatever you want. If you take them out, I might even have it.
I'm not looking to make friends. Skiff.
Skiff? You got some, curious friends here.
Why are you here, Skiff? Dog had no choice. Unlike you. Who are you working for? If you lie, I'll know it.
What do you mean, Dark had no choice?
He's a sea consciousness agent. Killing me was just a program planted in his head. Those who made it to the center of the zone got the short end of the stick. Their prize was either to join Monolith and protect sea consciousness, Or become an agent and do their bit. The Stalker program. That's what Seek Consciousness called it.
What about Dark? What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything. It was the TVs. They're neurovisual programmers. Those previously affected by them can't survive another exposure.
I'm with the ward. I want to deal with the zone once and for all. Make sure my new home is safe.
So you want to keep the zone in check? Along with everything that comes with it? The ward are just Circa's lapdogs. And I know exactly what the Institute's up to. Want me to show you my Circa advisor ID?
At least with the ward, I know what they stand for. But you? I have no idea what you want.
I want the zone to be left alone. All that common good S.T.A.L.K.E.R and Korshunov talk about is just a smokescreen. What they really want is to control the zone. Each in his own way. No. The zone doesn't owe anyone a thing. Realizing this made me an enemy to both the ward and Spark. And how exactly did you find out about X3?
So the mercs are your friends then? You're playing dirty. You put a hit on Dark. Maybe others too.
When you're fighting against everyone, you use what you've got. They were my backup plan. Since you're here, it failed. The zone is no stranger to death.
The doctor told me about X3. It seems like the two of you have some history. He sent me here to test a theory.
Kaimano. Yeah. He helped me get to the center of the zone to take down Sea Consciousness. Now he's using other people to fix his own mistakes. How convenient. He used to be part of Sea Consciousness. He would have gotten into one of those pods himself if he hadn't escaped at the last minute. What kind of nonsense did he feed you? Something about the old experiments of the dearly departed and the data that might still be here?
I talked to the representative of Sea Consciousness, and Malachite.
They're dead. I killed them. All of them. I even kept a piece of glass from one of their pods. It was real. What you witnessed was an induced illusion. Psi radiation technology Sea Consciousness used to manipulate people.
Induced illusion? Like Faust's phantoms?
Like the Phantoms, the Wage Granter, the Visiographs, the Scorcher, or the Shining Zone. Do you want a peek? It's right here. You can grab the data the Doctor wants along the way. Just be sure to shut it down on your way out. I want the zone to be left alone. All that common good S.T.A.L.K.E.R and Korshunov talk. No.
The doctor told...
Kaimano, now he's used... What kind...
Have you ever heard of the subtle matter theory? Kaimanov wants to test it.
Immortality in the Noosphere. The Sea Consciousness scientists are dead. I killed them. All of them. And took a piece of glass from one of their pods as a keepsake. It's real. And so are the bullets. Subtle matter is an induced illusion. Psi radiation technology Sea Consciousness used to manipulate people.
Induced illusion? Like...
Like the Phantoms, the Wage Granter, the Visiographs, the Scorcher, or the Shining Zone. Do you want a peek? It's right here. You can grab the data the Doctor wants along the way. Just be sure to shut it down on your way out. found this place, I realized the zone can be true to herself as long as someone keeps trying to use her to fucking brainwash us. Whether through TVs like these, or the Stalker program before them. I just wish I knew who that someone is right now.
So the Shining Zone is a lie?
I saw it when I took down sea consciousness. It seemed better. So bright, so real. Or so I believed. I spent years wandering the zone in search of its shining counterpart. I suppose that's when S.T.A.L.K.E.R caught wind of it. But my shining zone turned out to be, well, you saw what it was. Just another illusion. Another lie. And the one he's looking for never existed in the first place.
So, what's your next move then?
Keep searching. Right now, I've got to find a way into the Stalker program control center. The neuroprogrammers in X3 should be connected to it. I just need to figure out how.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not now. I got this covered. Just focus on what you need to do. But keep in mind that the Ward and Spark are my enemies. If they end up being yours too, they'll get along just fine.
Not everyone can handle what you're proposing.
This is the only way to the truth I can offer you. I'll get in touch when I figure out if you're worth it. Not if, but when. And remember, either you're against everyone now, or I'm against you. The choice is yours. That's the price of my candy.
Whoa. What have we here? So you botched the job, and you come back like nothing happened. Some balls you have. Well then, I'm not in the habit of letting grudges get in the way of business. Tell me what you got.
I found a way into Lab X3. Marker coordinates sent.
You are oddly cooperative. No haggling, no fuss. I take it you didn't find the Klondike then?
Depends. Whatever you're looking for, it might be there. Taking it with you, it's a whole different story. Unless you grab the sea installation too. Your oasis is nothing but a mirage. I'm gonna shut it down anyway.
No, I see. But let's keep it quiet. No need for anyone else to know, you dig? Like I told you before, the way to the oasis is worth a pretty kopeka. You have earned your reward.
There's an experimental unit. You need to place the cartridge in the control room. And then, get into the capsule. I'll take care of the connection. Are you ready?
To enter the pod? But why?
To see the truth. Don't worry about the capsule. Unlike the sea consciousness ones, it was designed for one user. I'll take care of the rest.
Skip? What's going on? Where are we?
You're dead, Strider.
Then I am no more. But the experiment. We were too late. So, you sold me out, huh? What did they promise you?
I was dealing with my own problems. I couldn't let you get in the way.
What happened to my men?
You lost. The monolith is once again controlling you all.
You asked me about my good luck charm. Remember? It's an empty shell. Nothing special. A reminder from the day the sea fields were turned off.
May 2012. The military is storming the CNPP. Loon and Sova teams are in my sector. The primary objective is Quartet.
Southeast, 180. Landmark. Inspection tower.
Target, Sova 345. Low lateral.
Target. Quartet, 400. Moderate lateral.
Windage. Breathing. 3, 2, 1.
And then, the voice of the monolith was gone. And through the scope, I saw the body of an unknown soldier fall. That empty shell. It reminded me that we used to be puppets. Only I didn't choose that path. Unlike you.
This rocket ain't gonna take you into the noosphere. Open up! I thought you were one of the good guys. Turns out you're with the ward. Keep sniffing around, doing their bidding. I told you, it's safer to sniff around for us, and way more fun. Hey, is it just me, or are you talking to somebody?
Yeah, Strider.
Strider? Is he here? Strider! Strider! Have you seen Strider around here, boys? Strider! Strider! I get it. You were sent here to check if there's life in the noosphere, right?
If you ask me, it looks more like a mind prison.
You should have listened better to the representative. Quit concentrating on the here and now. Think instead about what we might achieve. The shining! To get rid of the darkness that imprisons us, preventing us from hearing each other. Imagine an eternal spring, Skiff. No pain, no regret, no suffering.
Life is for the living, Scar. If the dead start talking to us, we'll end up slaughtering each other. Then there won't be peace for us. Not even in death.
You know, I made some inquiries on my way here. I wanted to help you learn more about the people you're mixed up with. But now I realize there's no point in explaining myself. You're just not worthy. Shut the door! Death doesn't mean goodbye. It means until we meet again. See you later.
Show me your pass.
Here.
All good. What's the purpose of your visit?
I want to know more about Project Fiber.
I see. Just a moment.
Target acquired! Execute! Execute!
Screens. A whole wall of them. All static. And a creepy chair.
Right. Have a seat.
I think I'd rather stand.
Don't worry, it won't bite.
I hate dentists.
Are you set?
Yep.
Push the button.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Looking good.
Apparently Dark One's got 20/20 vision.
What?
That's his eyes you're looking through. Wait for the man, Dark One.
Hello, Skiff. It's Dark One. Remember how I tried to kill Strelok? I changed my mind.
Holy shit. How is this possible?
Well, sea consciousness used to have very advanced technology. Now we need to figure out what the ward wants to do with it. Anyway, it's time to wrap this up. It won't be long before they sniff you out.
I've got an idea. Talk to you later.
Find out who he contacted. What are you doing here, Skiff? You could have just asked.
Well, I'm asking now. What is this installation, Colonel?
There's too much stuff left over from Project X that we need to keep quiet. Otherwise, we'll end up with Stalker bonfires and soiled mattresses piled up in every corner. But you've been a great help to the Ward, and I value your tenacity. So we can talk openly.
Oh, sure thing.
Sit down! Not all knowledge is equally beneficial. Some of it can be outright dangerous in the wrong hands. Who was it?
The Dark One. And Stalker.
You trusted Stalker? An agent of sea consciousness?
Stalker is an agent?
Dark One. Scar. Stalker. Sea consciousness bred them like cockroaches. This installation will help us find every last agent, but only within the perimeter. Unfortunately, many of them have already left the zone, and if we do nothing, houses on the mainland will continue to burn and collapse. If you fight a soldier, you're only fighting yourself.
I'm on your side, Colonel.
I'm glad to hear that. Anything else, soldier? Make it quick.
Sherlock's putting together a new crew. He's planning to take on both you and Scar for the sake of his zone.
Alexander the fucking Great. This'll be the end of it then. I always knew he was trouble. Even back when he showed up at Circa with that sea consciousness pod piece of glass and the X7 papers. And I was right. 6 months later, an explosion at X11. Strelok was barely mentioned in the report. New hires have had to deal with extra background checks ever since.
I want to know more about the agents.
Ask away, soldier.
Sherlock mentioned agents. Who are they?
Stalkers. The cream of the crop. Once they got to the center of the zone, they ended up in the neuroprogramming lab at the generators. That's where they were programmed by sea consciousness, and got a Stalker tattoo on their right forearm. After sea consciousness died and their sea installations were shut down, some of the agents woke up and had their brands removed. That's why we can't catch them anymore.
You think Sherlock and Scar are agents too? But why?
Sherlock's got the tattoo below his elbow, and he's fixated on an agenda that no one else can understand. I kept pointing that out to Dallin, but in vain. After some pressure from the brass, he gave him a job at Circa. Oh, and I appreciate what you did with Scar. Thanks to you, my men found documents at the Clear Sky base that confirm the group's ties to sea consciousness.
There are agents outside the zone. Who are they? And how are they dangerous?
I'm left with more questions than answers myself. Two of them, Chornobyl and Nestor, never made it out of the zone. Had to chill out in a fridge at the chemical plant. They seem like a new breed tailored for missions on the mainland. Hell knows what those are. Could be a typical sea consciousness imperative like find and eliminate, whatever it takes. We're working on it. Those Stiffs PDAs are the only ones we've managed to hack so far.
The Ward badge didn't protect me when I asked a simple question about Project Fiber. Your people try to kill me.
But they didn't. Believe me, I'm not happy about what happened here either. Anyway, Agata is convinced that a man of your skill is essential to the success of our mission. And our mission is the only thing that matters right now. For the time being, we'll settle for cooperation instead of the gory revenge I would otherwise guarantee you.
That's all I wanted to know about the agents.
Anything else, soldier? Make it quick.
Strelok told me he's located the Stalker program control center somewhere underground in Pripyat.
That facility manages all of Project X's infrastructure and controls the induced illusions. We have to get there before Strelok does. Time's of the essence, Skiff.
What's our next move, Colonel?
For now, our main focus should be controlling the anomalous energy. Based on our intel, it looks like the control center might give us clues. But first, we need to get to Pripyat. The only way there goes through Yaniv. Head out right away and contact Yekcherov if you can. Our forward units are already in Pripyat, but maintaining communication has proven to be challenging. Locate them, and they'll help you find the control center. And Skiff, in case the Corps starts acting up, I've heard of a stalker named Spirit, who's known to help people cross the boundary. Keep that in mind.